Hello everybody, my name is Leon Odendaal. Welcome to Redstar Raceway, round one of the Pozidrive VW Challenge. And we're heading straight into qualifying and looking at some of the teams, getting the vehicles ready. Watch out for the likes of Stian Krill making a good comeback. Yes, Redstar Raceway, we're going to be going in a clockwise direction and off we go. Qualifying was an early mid-morning affair, and as you can see, the Class A cars, they've got the headlights on as per the rules of VW Challenge. All Class A cars should have the headlights on, and the guys were giving it all in qualifying. Oh, and we had an incident. Making a comeback from a year in Polo Cup is Stian Krill back into Class A in a T-Rex car. Stian had a bit of a problem avoiding a backmarker there, and it's going to cost him later. But at the end of qualifying Class A, it was Rory Atkinson from Stian Krill, Bevan Masters and Sam Dale. That was your top four in Class A.
Well, Rory, tell me a little bit about qualifying.
It was a good afternoon. It's a bit later in the morning than we used to, so it was nice and warm, and just a good run this morning. Pretty happy.
Any issues with the car?
No, it's 100%.
What's your plan of attack for the race?
Try and get out front and stay there.
What's this track like? We're running it clockwise, a little bit different from usual.
It is clockwise. Everything is pretty tight on entry, but it's good fun. It challenges your braking and your turning coordination, and yeah, just having a blast out there.
Class B went to Leighton Fourie. Youngster, watch out for Leighton this year from Cherise van der Merwe and Stuart Mack.
Leighton, great qualifying out there. How's the track feeling?
Yeah, it was a bit different to this morning's practice as it got a bit hotter, but we expected the times to drop a bit, so I put in the lap, the best one that I could, and that's apparently put me on pole.
That's fantastic. And the race is not going to be easy, is it?
No, I've been struggling with my starts in this class quite a bit, so we've been practicing with that. So if I can get a good start, I think if I manage the race correctly, then we should come home with a win.
Class C went to Reino van Heerden from Adrian de Beer and Philip Cruiser.
Reino, congratulations, pole position Class C. How are you feeling?
Great. Great day out. A bit hot this morning, but awesome to be here. Great.
How's the car handling? How's the track?
Car handling is set up very well. So around the corners it slides quite nicely, and that makes for a good lap time here.
And the track, what do you enjoy most about it?
Actually, the corners. As we all know, the corners are here is quite interesting. So sliding in the corners makes a lot of fun.
What's your plan of attack for the race?
First, drink a bit thirsty when you're thirsty, and then Class C is quite interesting because it's got a big slipstream effect. Because of the cars are so close and the power is down than the other cars. So a slipstream here is quite interesting, and that'll be an interesting race.
Race one, and everybody's lined up on the grid, and we've got Eldred waiting for the lights. Oh, we've got a problem there. Stian Krill, the man on the front row, Stian's got a problem, and he's going to make his way back to the pit, and I believe it's a bit of he's got a problem with his shock there, so pity for Stian Krill making a comeback, and he's going to be one of the contenders in the front. But nevertheless, we're going to wait 3 different starts here, 3 lights, 3 classes. Lights are out, and away they go. Class A, as I said to everybody, look out for the headlights that will be blazing, and Rory Atkinson, current champion in this class, overall champion from last year, as they head into turn 1. 4 kilometers, Redstar Raceway. We're running clockwise at the moment, late in the year. This is one of the only circuits that you actually go clockwise one half of the year and anti-clock. But there we go, Rory Atkinson. Okay, Class B, big class, big field Class B. Leighton Fourie, not a great start. Look at Cherise van der Merwe in the hot 91.9 FM new sponsor on board there. But into turn 1, someone going a bit wide. Oh, newcomer, Karshan Naidu and Elna Cruiser having a bit of rubbings is racing there. And I'm sure afterwards the COC is going to have a bit of a talk to them. Oh, and Class C then, guys, Dino Smith, JRT Racing. Dino way into hot, cold tires there, and that was Dino's race. But we're going on board now here with Mitch Kutsia. That is the ex-Holiday Junior Championship winning car from last year. And let's have a look at this in onboard camera. We're still on lap 1 here. Twisty turning circuit. This Redstar originally built for motorcycles initially, but later they decided, no, let's get these four-wheelers here for some good action. So in front of Mitch here, great onboard footage here from Mitch Coetzee, smooth on the steering there, but look at Schneider, newcomer. Okay, back to Class A front runners. It is Rory now. Stian, I know Stian went back to the pit, quickly fixed his shock, and he's going to make a comeback, but he's going to be a lap or so down. But newcomer also, look at position number 2. That is Davy van der Merwe out of the Red Racing Universal team. Davy's going to put as much pressure as he can on Rory. No, Davy didn't qualify that well. They had a bit of a tyre issue, and then third position goes to Bevan Masters in the CPS warehouse car. But look at Sam Dale. Sam Dale in the Pozidrive entry there. Now usually his dad Chris Dale, that's his car, but Sam Dale opted this time to go for Class A, and we'll see Chris Dale, his dad, in Class B. But great stuff here from the Class A. Oh, Davy van der Merwe late on the brakes, a little bit of a twitch, but great stuff there from a youngster. It's a talented little youngster, that guys. But there we go. Bevan Masters in third from Sam Dale as they complete lap number 1, going downhill. Oh, and there's Dino Smith's stricken car. Yes, as you can see, a lot of damage there, people. You know, you think these cars aren't quick, but until you see somebody in a crash. Let's get back to that Class B battle. Here we go, a big field in Class B, and we've got Elna Cruiser taking a turn there. That is Elna Cruiser in the ATE car from newcomer Schneider. Look out for this youngster. He's going to go for it this year. Heading into the back straight there. It is a big entry of about 16 cars. Then we've got Bryce Pillay, and he's followed by Mohamed Dango in the T-Rex out of SKR stable. So Mo Dango having a great outing here at Redstar Raceway. He's opted for number 44. It is a lucky number for some, but it's an unlucky number for others. But here we go. Leighton Fourie, number 77, and I think he's the man to watch. But the rest of the Class B boys coming through. There's Robbie De Silva with Elna on his tail, Bryce Pillay. Then we've got Ethan Coetzee and Leon Odendaal also in the mix. Here's an onboard footage now from Stuart Mack. Stuart Mack currently in third position. Look at him now, putting a lot of pressure on Cherise van der Merwe. Now, Cherise van der Merwe, she brought along a new sponsor, 91.9 Hot FM is a new sponsor, and we welcome the new sponsor there. It's always great to have new sponsors, but that was Stuart Mack putting a lot of pressure. Back to the Class A boys now, and like I said, you can easily identify them by the headlights blazing. It is Sam Dale now, actually in front of Bevan Masters. So Sam managed to get past Bevan Masters there in the CPS warehouse car. But look at another Masters coming along there. Wayne Masters in the Performance Masters car. He's coming along and say, don't worry, Bevan, I'm coming to help you. We need to put pressure there on Sam Dale. In the meantime, in the front, it's Rory Atkinson from Davy van der Merwe. Davy had a great start because he only qualified something like 6th or 7th on the grid. But Sam Dale, I must be honest, I'm taking my head off here to that youngster also. He did a few races last year in Class B in the Pozidrive entry car, but he's third in Class A at the moment, and look at him going defensive now. Bevan putting a lot of pressure, and Wayne says, come on boys, why don't you mix it up and I'm going to come through. Any mistakes here? But Sam goes defensive, then he goes back on the racing line. Remember people, the only problem I've got here now is if they're mixing it up too much, these guys, if they're going over the racing line, they're going to lose touch with that man in second place. But here we go, back to Class B. Let's say Cherise van der Merwe in a good second position. The leader, he's gone off on the distance. That is little Leighton Fourie out of Universal Motorsport. But Cherise holding her own as one of two lady drivers here in Class B in VW Challenge. But from Stuart Mack, then Bryce Pillay, Elna Cruiser, and there's a good battle. That is Stuart Mack. You see, he's got the number 3. We've got about 4 or 5 of these Pozidrive liveried cars in VW Challenge. You have to have your wits about you. But that's why we've gone for a little bit of, you'll see, different mirrors. And there's Leighton Fourie coming down, they're completing another lap. But look at this now, hotting up here for the podium. It is Cherise van der Merwe holding her own, but Stuart Mack is going to put a lot of pressure on her. Look at him. Let's go on board here with Stuart Mack. Also, let's listen to that engine roar. Great stuff here from Stuart. Now, Stuart is biding his time here, and look at him, taking a tight line. You can see, guys, the way these polos are actually set up, it's a front-wheel drive car, but especially on a twisty, turny track like this, you want to set the car up to be what we call loose at the back. So when you do turn to the left or right, you want that rear end to rotate. Okay, let's see, getting back. Yeah, this is a Class C battle now, and it's Reno van Heerden already going defensive with one of the good, I think the champion from last year, Adrian de Beer, putting a lot of pressure on Reno now into turn 1. It's a tight right-hander. Then you put your foot flat and you go up to turn 2, which is another right-hander. Also look out for the likes of there in third position. That yellow car is Pierluigi Mussolini. Yes, Yes, he started in a Class A car, but he's decided to go back to Class C. It's a better class for him. And then also watch out for Philip Cruiser. Yes, in the ATE entry. But coming back here to our leader now, it's Rory Atkinson in the Class A car. Davy van der Merwe trying all he can to put in the lap times, but look at it now. While the two master boys are fighting, that's giving Sam Dale the opportunity in third position to get away. But it's Bevan Masters in the CPS warehouse car and Wayne Masters. Let's see. Wayne is going to jump into that long straight. It's a very long straight. Yes, at the moment when you run clockwise at Redstar, you're coming basically up the back straight. So let's see who's latest on the late breakers here. And look at Wayne. You can see that car twitching and turning as he turns. Look at him. Yes, that rear end. You can see him already sliding his way through midway on those Dunlop tyres, proudly supplied by ATS Motorsport. So completing another lap here, the Class A boys, and you can see those headlights are blazing. A little bit of a gap now. Sam Dale is pulling from Bevan Masters. So if I was Bevan and Wayne at this stage, remember it's a fight for the podium here. Why don't you two boys work together, guys? But yeah, look at this Class B battle now. We've got Cherise now and Stuart Mack. Stuart Mack, well, I'll call him a seasoned campaigner. Stuart Mack came along last year towards the second half of the series, the end of the season. He had a win or two, but Cherise van der Merwe welcoming a new sponsor, 91.9 Hot FM. But there's our leader, Leighton, pulling a gap. Leighton for me this year is the man to catch. I don't know if we're going to catch him there in Class B, but we're going to work hard. Also, Bras Pillay now in fourth position. So Bras is saying, Stuart, while we go back on board here with Stuart. Stuart at this stage is actually playing a very good race, guys, because he's not trying too hard. He's not diving Cherise because he knows if they hold each other up too much. And that's what you should do when you're on lap 4 or 5 of an 8 lapper. You don't dive to the inside now because he's got Bras Pillay right behind him. But Stuart is just waiting, putting the pressure. At this stage, Cherise is holding it. Believe me, she'll be in that rearview mirror looking. But Stuart is just having a look there, and any mistake from her, then he'll be through. But let's get back to that Class A battle now. This is the big battle here. Now Bevan Masters, he's had a bit of a break. He said, okay, Wayne, you leave me alone. I'm going after Sam Dale now. We need to show this youngster. Our leader's gone off in the distance with Davy van der Merwe in second. Here comes the leader. That's Rory Atkinson in a BHIT vehicle. Davy van der Merwe, then from Sam Dale here in the Pozidrive colours here. The Blue Belt Pozidrive colours. And look at Bevan now. Bevan says, come on. Okay, back to the Class B battle. It's still that podium battle also. Actually for second position. Cherise van der Merwe. As you see, Leighton's pulled a big gap. That youngster's putting in the lap times here. We're going to really have to work hard to catch him. But let's see now. Cherise and Stuart Mack. Okay, there's a bit of a midfield back. Yes, let's get a little bit into the midfield here. It is Karshan Naidu. Karshan Naidu earlier on, he had a bit of an off. And look at that little Ethan Kutsia. Ethan Kutsia going on the inside and bringing along with him is Leon Odendaal. Sporting a bit of a yellow card there, you'll see if you get a close-up. Bit of a yellow card there for Leon Odendaal for a little bit of infringement last year. And that comes with a 30-kilogram weight penalty. But Ethan, he's through on Karshan Naidu there, and we'll get back to that battle shortly. Let's see. Now we're still with that battle. So Ethan Kutsia, he's also coming along in drips and drabs, or how can I say, he's actually coming along very well, the youngster. It's Mitch's son, and he's gaining with every single event. So let's have a look in this back straight. What's going to happen? As some of the Class A boys go through there, but let's see. This is a great battle now. It's a midfield battle at this stage for 9th and 10th position. So Ethan already going defensive, but look at Karshan Naidu. He's going to say, I'm going to try on the outside, and myself there, Leon Odendaal on the back says, guys, why don't you please hold each other up and I can just dive on the inside. But there's Ethan Kutsia, number 58 from number 72. That is Karshan Naidu. So Karshan's going to say, no, let's go down the straight. He's got a lot of power. There's Robbie De Silva just going through. And then next up, like I said, it's this hot battle here for 9th position. Karshan Naidu now into turn 1 on the inside. Is he going to make the stick? But look at Ethan. Ethan late on the brakes. You can see him sideways. But guys, when you get a front wheel drive sideways, all you do is plant it and let those front wheels pull you out. Great footage there. The T-Rex entry from Robbie De Silva just behind Elmer Cruiser there in the ATE car. That is around about for 6th, 7th place. And look at that battle now. Back to the Class C battle. It is Reno van Heerden pulling a little bit of a gap now. But it looks like Philip Cruiser. He's managed to get past Pierluigi Mussolini. And Mussolini also, he's coming along with... Oh, but look at, as I say that, it's Philip Cruiser late on the brakes. He felt the pressure. He had a big sideways moment there. And Pierluigi said, thank you very much, Philip. I'll take that. But this ding-dong battle will continue all through this race. Great stuff here from the Class C boys. Okay, let's get back to that battle now. So big action all through the field. Remember everybody, Class A, B and C. Looks like Carson Naru got through on Ethan Coetzee, and he says, okay guys, I'm checking out here. And now it's Leon Odendaal. Just look at big difference there in that right-hander, and I remember it well from the day. Ethan goes wide and I take a bit of a tighter line, and then when we hit this left-hander, we both just put the foot down. There is Elna Cruiser coming through in the ATE entry, followed by Robbie De Silva, and that is round about 4th and 5th position. There's Carson Naru now. He's got the speed, and he's actually going to end up in a good overall position late in the day, but now it's Ethan Coetzee and Leon Odendaal. And one thing that's distinct on Leon Odendaal's car there is the pink mirrors. Yes, he's gone pink on the mirrors. It's all about cancer awareness, but remember there are 6 or 7 Pozidrive liveried cars coming up on that back straight again, and this time, yeah, it's Leon Odendaal putting his foot down and trying to catch up to Ethan. So it's a good battle. Yeah, it's only for 9th position. Let's see, let's get back. Oh, Stian Kriel. So there's Stian Kriel. Stian Kriel went into the pit lane and he came out, and Stian decided, listen, I need some points here. I'm not sure if Stian's going to compete the whole year. I've heard a little bit of a birdie that said he's actually want to sell this car, but for the moment, Stian Kriel in that number 21. He's a previous champion here in the Pozidrive VW Challenge, and he's going to be one of Rory Atkinson's biggest competitors this year. Rory Atkinson at the moment, you'll see he's carrying the number 1 plate there. He's a current champion, but oh, look at Davy van Merwe. You can see Davy, talented youngster, but he's trying very hard, so he went a bit. He's pushing those Dunlop tires to the limit. Wayne Masters still hanging. Let's get back to a little bit of a midfield battle there. There's Mike Barbaglia, and it's Roland Hopkins there in the Elegant Fuel entry. So those two guys, they're actually friends off the track, but on the track, remember, there's no friendships, people. We all go for it, but it's a good battle here for what is at this stage about 7th and 8th position in Class A. So great stuff there to see the Italian colours there from Mike Barbaglia and Roland Hopkins, like I said, from Elegant Fuel, and they're having a good ding-dong battle. So yes, doesn't matter where you are on this track. This 4-kilometer racetrack, Redstar Raceway, like I said before, we are doing clockwise at the moment, but let's get back to the leaders here. We've got still Rory Atkinson in Class A leading. There's Bevan Masters now. He's trying to catch up to Sam Dale, and then Wayne Masters says, come on guys, I'm going to stick with you, and look at him. You can see now it is in the latter stage of race number 1, because those Dunlop tires, they are hitting up people at semi-slicks, and let's see now. Okay, also coming into play round about lap 6 or 7 in an 8-lap race here that we've got. The Class A boys catch up to the Class C guys, and sometimes when you're in a tight battle, like look at Davy now, Davy coming up, and luckily that Class C, that is our leader I think in Class C. Yes, he has a look and he sees the Class A boys coming, so, and he knows just to stay out of his way. Actually, when you're the slower car, what you do is you don't try and go left or right, you just stay on the racing line, let the faster car pass you. And for those of you maybe watching for the first time ever, if you see those marshals waving those blue flags, that means there is a quicker car coming. Let's get back to one of the midfield battles once again here in Class B. That is Elio Mussolini. He's in Class B there, and he's putting a lot of pressure now on Mitch Coetzee. So Mitch Coetzee, I won't say having the best. Oh, yellow flag, there must be a little bit of an incident. Yellow flag, so I'll have a look, see. Yes, I think on the inside here, just out of the last turn, yes, there's a car stricken, and it looks like Stian Kriel. So Stian, whatever that problem was, and I believe it's a shock problem, he'll tell us later, but he was a stricken car there. Okay, let's get back to the battle here. Class A now, we're in the latter, I think, last 2 laps of this heat number 1. Not long to go, and Bevan Masters, he's trying everything he can there in the CPS warehouse car, and he's bringing along Wayne Masters from the Performance Masters stable there. But Sam Dale, hats off to you, son. You're doing a great job here. Your first time, look at Wayne there sliding those Dunlop tires. Okay, back to Class C. Adrian de Beer had a bit of a, how can I call it in Afrikaans, bietjie asem geskep, but he's going to put a lot of pressure. He's realized there's only 1 or 2 laps left, and also sometimes you can use that Class A car coming to lap you, and the guy loses concentration just for a second. But let's see now. Wayne says, come on Bevan, Sam is getting away, so I think I'm going to go for it now. Oh, checkered flag is out. Here we go. Rory Atkinson in a BHIT car taking another comfortable win. So well done to the Rory from Davy van Merwe, and in 3rd place, well done Sam Dale in the blue belt Pozidrive car. Well done to these Class A boys. Remember, there are 3 classes, A, B and C. Class A is 2 litre 16 valve, normally aspirated, but there's our winners there. Rory Atkinson from Davy van Merwe and Sam Dale. That is your top 3 in Class A.
Awesome. First race in Class A, how did it go?
It went good, thank you. I pulled the 3rd. Just wasn't expecting that, but hold on, first race, so quite happy with that.
That's awesome. And second race, do you think you can go one better?
I don't know, I maybe did all my best driving there, but fingers crossed for the second one. Got some really good drivers, and just hope to have a good fun.
What does it feel like being in Class A?
Way different from B, a lot more power it feels, a lot more loud in the car, but fun, much funner, yeah.
Class B honours went to Leighton Fourie from Stuart Mack, who managed to get past Cherise van der Merwe, but great stuff there from a young lady.
Cherise, tell me about your race.
It was absolutely awesome. The Hot 91.9 Polo was on pace today. I just made a small mistake. I was second most of the race, and then last lap I made a small mistake, ended third. But I'm happy with the results, and hopefully race 2 will be good.
And what do you enjoy most about the VW Pozidrive Challenge?
I think I enjoy the competitiveness the most. Being so close, everything being so equal, it just shows you how good of a driver you are. So that's what I enjoy.
And what's it like being a girl? I'm sure you must have a bit of a blast with these guys.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love the ego boost, I guess I could say. But yeah, it also just creates awareness for women, so more women must come race.
Ethan, great race there in Class B. How'd it go from your perspective?
I started 9th and finished 7th, but the car wasn't handling too nicely, but I'm going to try and make up more positions in race 2.
What are you going to work on during the break?
I'm probably going to change some settings on the car and drive smoother and calmer.
And then Class C, Renault van Heerden managed to hang on from Adrian de Beer and Pierluigi Mussolini. Welcome back everybody, straight into race 2, Class A guys. This time Stian Kriel, I think he's got those problems sorted. He's actually on pole. Remember, your quickest lap time from race 1 will determine your position. Great start from Stian Kriel as he already moves over across. Oh, Rory gives him a little bit of a push, but let's see as they go into turn 1. Oh, Rory, that put him off it, and Rory had a big moment, but look at Rory. Managed to get it back, but that's going to put Rory from 2nd position back to 5th. He's going to have a lot of hard work to do, and also the rest of the boys say, remember guys, in heat number 2 is basically all or nothing. You know, when you race in heat number 1, you know there's still heat number 2, but look at Rory. Okay, get back to Class B here. Leighton said he's been battling with his starts, and Cherise on the inside. Some onboard footage here from, it's Ethan Coetzee, and that is Sam Dale in the Pozidrive car in front of me. I know here from my personal experience or from being there on the race day, Robbie De Silva had to start from pit lane. As we just quickly go to Class C, it is Adrian de Beer on pole there. He obviously had the quickest lap time, and from Renault van Heerden, Philip Cruiser, Pierluigi Mussolini, and one of the newcomers at the back. My point quickly, I was going to make that 3 of the Class B boys, Robbie De Silva, Stuart Mack had a problem. Stuart Mack started from pit lane and he had to wait behind the Class C cars. But let's get back to this battle now. It's all heating up here, as you can see. Wayne Masters on the inside. He's in front of Sam Dale and Rory Atkinson. He will be furious with himself actually making that mistake. It's just a slight concentration lapse. So, but what it means is in the front, Stian Kriel is where he wants to be. He's going to leave this Class A pack behind, barring no technical or difficulties. But look at this. This is Ethan Coetzee. Yes, Ethan, I want to ask you, what is hanging there from your mirror there? Maybe it's to let your car smell nice. But Ethan Coetzee in the JRT racing car on the inside of Chris Dale there. Like I said, Chris Dale jumping into the Class B car. But look at it now, Ethan working hard. So yes, in front of Ethan there is Karshan Naidu, and it looks like Elna Cruiser. But Ethan Coetzee, he's got Chris Dale just on his right hand side. In the meantime, let's see, this is a Class A boy, Stian Kriel and Davy van der Merwe is in there. There is now Wayne Masters holding off Rory, but Rory's going to go for that inside. But no, Wayne says, no, this time, Rory, I'm going to be very late on the brakes. And then Sam Dale says, okay, not so easy this time. So there's Stian Kriel. Stian Kriel, number 21. Oh, Bevan Masters is in second. So this time, Davy's got a lot of work to do. He's going to catch up to Bevan Masters there. But the battle is here with Rory Atkinson, people. He's the champion. Rory will be saying, okay, Stian didn't score any points, but I need to maximize my points here. There goes Mo Danga. Mo Danga in also the T-Rex SKR Racing Creative Inc. entry, and he's got Karshan Naidu now. The newcomer, must say, we're going to better watch out for that newcomer. He's going to make some waves this year. Let's get back to this mid-pack battle. And at the moment, Leon Woodendal went missing. What happened there on the starters as he hit second gear, that his throttle cable came out. He managed to stop, fix it and carry on, but let's get back to Class C. Adrian de Beer says, okay Reno, this time I'm going to go here. I'm not going to give you this double that easy, so let's see what you can do. And if you look just behind the Renault van Heerden, it's actually Stuart Mack coming along in the Pozidrive entry there. He started from the pit lane, getting back to Class A now. Wayne Masters, Rory Atkinson, he can't find a way past the Wayne yet, and Sam Dale says, okay boys, please mix it up. and I'm waiting here. That is actually at the moment the 4th place battle on the track, because Tiaan Kriel is set off in the distance, Bevan Masters and Davy van der Merwe. Watch out for that youngster, also competing in the Polo Cup this year. So there are 1 or 2 guys here competing in VW Challenge, Pozidrive VW Challenge, as well as Volkswagen Polo Cup. Yes, let's see now, coming up to the back straight. Yes, and this was a late afternoon, so the sun's already setting, but at the moment in your rearview mirror, that's a great battle. Yeah, also the guys are going to slipstream. So let's see, can Bevan hold off Rory? Yeah, Rory's already going for the inside berthing. Says, no, Bevan, I need to go now. We're letting those front guys get away. So Bevan, why don't you just jump in behind me? Maybe I can pull you along. And in the meantime, Sam Dale, I don't know if he'd made 1 or 2 tweaks during the first 2 races, but there, okay, good drive from Sam Dale out of the last corner. And look at Bevan. Yeah, Wayne Masters. Wayne's got a lot of pressure now, and he's going defensive already. Sam says, no, I need to go with Rory there. Rory's a champion. He's got the pace. Rory's one of the smoothest drivers in this class, guys. He's got immaculate preparation on the car. And look, already putting a gap there. And now Wayne says, no, Sam, you and I are going to have to go for it. Yeah, we're not going to stay with Rory, so why don't we just have a good ding-dong battle? Sam would, and Wayne makes a mistake, slight mistake, then that's what the pressure. People, Redstar, very technical track, left and right, and 1 mistake, and it will cost you dearly, as Wayne Masters saw there. Okay, let's get back now. We're back here with Mitch Coetzee, on-board camera, good shot. Yeah, look at Mitch working hard on the steering, and in front of him is actually Chris Dale. Chris Dale also having a good outing here in race number 2. So let's say, I know these two are going to have a ding-dong battle now. Look on the left-hand side, you can see the sun is setting, and not too far in the distance, just in front of Chris Dale, is Ethan Coetzee. But look at, that's Mitch going for the inside move. Yeah, bit of a naughty move from my vantage point here, but maybe, I don't know, did Chris open the door a little bit, but Mitch said, I had to go, and I know these two, they will report to the COC later, and 1 or 2 penalties will be dished out. Okay, let's get back to mid-pack battle here in Class B. Class B, one of the biggest classes on the day with about 16 entries, and there goes Chris Davidson, also in that well-prepared car. Chris Dale, after that bit of an incident now, he's behind his namesake, Chris Davidson, and then also coming along is Elio hanging in there. And let's see, also just in front of them is Nick Chettenich. Now, Nick Chettenich, he's a previous campaigner in the Formula 1600 class. He's decided, no more single seaters for me. I'm going to join the fun here in VW Challenge. And it's a big step up from a single seater to a tin top car like this, especially a Polo Viva, not easy to drive. But there we go. It is Ethan. Now, look at the battle scores. You can see there on Mitch Coetzee's car, you can see the front bump a little bit loose. And like I said, later they will have to report to the COC and do a few incident reports. But it's a 4-way battle. Okay, if we look at this battle quickly, that was actually Leon Woodnall just in front of Ethan Coetzee, but Nick Chettenich is coming through. Leon Woodnall joined the race 2 laps later, but he's just having a jol and he's having a race there. And Ethan will have a good race there with Leon Woodnall. But let's get back to this 4-way battle. Mitch Coetzee from Chris Davidson and Chris Dale. Look at that wheel in the air there. Yes, it's a big handling racetrack this, but it's a 4-way battle now, and a lot of left and right-handers here, guys. You need to set your car up for a left and right, and then there's 2 long straights, so you also need the power. So sometimes you're going to give up a little bit of, let's say, front camber. Front camber, people, is when you put a little bit of negative cam in the front. Let's see there, Elio trying to make a move on Chris Dale there as they go into the first straight. It's the downhill now because we're going clockwise. So Redstar Raceway, 4 kilometers long, but this is a great battle here in Class B. It is Mitch Coetzee now from Chris Davison, Chris Dale, and then also, yes, just in front of Nick Chettenich, as I can see a little bit dust being kicked up there in the back. But all through this field here in the VW, and Elio, getting a bit excited as Bryce Pillay is just going to miss him, but I don't know what happened. I think Elio just went into what he must have had maybe a gear selection problem, because look at him, he can't get the car going. So either he's stuck in gear there, but surely, or his starter's not working. But yes, our ever efficient marshals will be on their post shortly to help him there. But a little bit of a moment there for Elio, and Bryce Pillay doing a good job there from missing him. That broke this battle up a little bit, but as they go now, it is still there. We can see Nick Chettenich, but let's get back here. This is a Class A battle. Tiaan Kriel is now leaving the Class A goes behind, but look at Davy van der Merwe. Davy van der Merwe, Universal entry, their team Red Racing. He's saying, okay, Bevan, why don't you just wait for me? I get to you. Yes, we're not going to catch Tiaan this heat, but now Bevan will look in his mirror and say, I can see that little youngster coming. That car being prepared by Universal Motorsport out at Swartkops Raceway, and watch out for this youngster. He's going to be one of the championship contenders this year. People, the other thing I just want to quickly mention is there's prize money this year in separate prize money for all 3 classes, so everything to race for this year. This is round 1 of 7 or 8 race meetings we'll have this year. And let's have a look. See, yes, Leon Woodendal, he joined the race. Ethan Coetzee, this is a dice now roundabout on the track for 6th position, but in the meantime, Leon Woodendal unfortunately 2 laps down after his accelerator problem. But I must say on the day, myself and Ethan Coetzee, we had the best racing. We didn't touch each other once, and kudos to Ethan. Let's see what's happening here. It is Nick Chetanich. He's got a bit of a gap on Mitch Coetzee, and then Chris Davison. He'll be happy to keep Chris Dale off here. And then Bryce Pillay, yes, also one of the guys who had a problem. As we can see, Elio Mussolini, he's still stuck there on the track. Double waved yellow. Yes, people, when you see a double waved yellow, is exactly for an incident like this. There's a car stuck in a dangerous position. You actually have to slow down completely as the Class A guys get there. But well done to those marshals getting that car, and I think he's actually going to get a jump start there and maybe get it going. But yes, the Class A boys getting there. So well done, and thank you to our ever hard-working Swartkops marshals that I know also helps out at this Redstar race. You can see the Elio. So maybe he couldn't get the starter going. He got it going again. He's going to join the race, and he'll be also a lap or 2 down. So like I said, race 2, yeah, a few gremlins creeping in. You can see it's the first event of the year. And yeah, but Elio just happy to get it going. And yes, I think afterwards when I spoke to him, it was a gearbox problem. But getting back here now, Nick Chetanich, a newcomer, like I said, to Class B, and he's feeling the heat now. From stablemate there, from JRT Racing, and it's Mitch Coetzee. And now Chris Davison, he's got a bit between the teeth, a little bit more here in heat number 2. And they're leaving Chris Dale a little bit in their wake. But yeah, let's see, getting back here now to Class A. Stian Krill, okay, he'll be happy. All he wants here this race. Remember, we also scored a championship point for the fastest lap. So Stian would have just cleared off in the distance. Yes, as I can see, Davy van der Merwe now. He's really closing in on Bevan Masters. So maybe did Davy look after those Dunlop tyres? And yes, I can see him now. Headlights are blazing as they should have on, but Bevan will say, come on guys, how many laps left here? You know, if you're in a good position, especially in the front, all you want is those laps to be completed. But if you're catching or chasing someone or coming from the pit line, most of these guys did, all you want is more and more laps. It is an 8-lapper here on this in heat number 2, but look at Davy now. Davy van der Merwe in that Universal Red Racing entry there. And Davy is a youngster still at school, but look at him putting a lot of pressure now on Bevan Masters. But I must say, guys, on the day, most of us, not a lot of incidents here in the first event in the Pozidrive BW Challenge. But there's our leader just getting into the back markers now. But yeah, as that back marker just gets a bit of a moment there, he's late on the brakes. But Stian Krill there, barring any complications or any technical problems, he's going to take this victory. But let's have a look now. Davy is ever so close. This is the closest Davy van der Merwe has been there on Bevan Masters. And Bevan, yeah, not easy to get past the guy in this in section, you know, left and right hander. But what you do is you try and set it up. You go a little bit wider. You get to that apex. You put your foot down. Pedal on the metal. You get those Dunlop tires working. And you see if you can get a better drive. So let's see. That is one of the right-handers now. You're coming up to a left-hander, which will take us up to another right-hand also now. If Davy had a look, Davy's going to go for it. Davy's going, yes, maybe that split second, that back marker, but Bevan is not giving it up that easy, everybody. Davy's going to have the inside now as they're entering that back straight. Now, I hope that back marker he's having a look in his mirror, because he will have 2 Class A cars coming, and remember, they are concentrating on each other. So I wouldn't want to be that back marker, but luckily he stays on his line. Well done there to him as well. But now Davy's got the inside bird, and he's going to say, come on, Bevan, I'm going to be late on the brakes here. But well done to do it. A little bit of a rub there, just a bit of rubbing racing, but people, nothing wrong with that, you know. That was a clean move, and the guys gave each other room, so great stuff. There's, I think, Philip Cruiser now in the AT car. Oh, and as I can see, the last lap board that comes out. Now, that's what you want to see as a racing driver if you're in a good position, but you don't want to see it if you're still making up position. Davy van der Merwe there, going hard into turn 1. Bevan is not giving up this chase, everybody. But once again, another back marker that can come into play, will be Philip Cruiser in the ATE. He's in the Class C car, remember. 2 ATE cars running out of Nathan's Motorsport will be Elna Cruiser and Philip Cruiser. But let's see, Davy gets a good drive there out of that turn. Bevan says, come on, Davy, it's a long lap here. I'm going to put the pressure on. I'm going to try and see. But yes, let's see that back marker nicely getting out of the way there. That didn't hamper anybody there or gave anybody advantage. But yes, we're keeping a close eye on this battle here. Davy's taking the wider line, and Bevan says, okay, I'm not going to put my nose in there because I'm not going to get the drive out. But if you look down the road there's another back marker that's possibly going to come into play. There's a lost lap board now. That's our clear leader in Class B, Leighton Fourie. We haven't mentioned him a lot because he cleared off into the distance. And in this stage, Sharice van der Merwe in a very good second position. Stuart Mack, unfortunately, he had to start from the pit lane, so he's only going to catch up. And then another good battle here. Mohammed Dangar and Karshan Naidu. Now, at this stage, they're battling here for the podium. And yes, I know that. Oh, look at Karshan also going in hot here. Karshan is giving it his all. He's sliding. People, it's not easy to slide a front wheel drive, but believe me, carry enough momentum you can. Karshan Naidu, newcomer. Remember what we've got, these youngsters, they are quite keen when they are new. There's Elio Mussolini, but he will be a lap down or two. And there's a checkered flag. Flag out for our winner, Stian Kriel. He is very happy. Zigzagging there in the T-Rex SKR entry. Stian will be happy with that race 2 victory. But let's get back. Let's see what's happening with that second place battle. As yes, we good looking car there. Stian Kriel, I know they just got the car basically the week before the race. Stian's very happy. He's clapping hands to himself there. But here we go. Okay, this is a Class B leader. Leighton Fourie in the Universal Motorsport entry. He's going to take also. It's a bit of a runaway victory here for Class A and B. But believe me, people, down the field there and for podium positions, there was big fights. Sharice van der Merwe in that hot 91.9 FM entry. She's going to take a comfortable second place. She'll be very happy. And then the podium fight was won there by Mohammed Dangar from Karshan Naidu, but I know they also had to go to see the COC for a bit of a incident. Yes, there's our winners. Stian Kriel, Davy van der Merwe, Bevan Masters. So Davy managed to keep Bevan off for the second position in Class A.
Stian, great racing today. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, the race day didn't actually start off that well. We had a small incident in qualifying, but still managed to get P2. Then obviously fixing the damage, we had an issue with the shock. And yeah, we made a slight error there, and as we went out for race 1 to line up P2, the shock actually pushed right through the hub into the side shaft, and I had to go in, fix it, and start from the pit lane right behind Class C. Luckily, I put the fastest lap going through the traffic, and I could start pole. Race 2 had an awesome start, missed third gear, and then half of Class A tried to go around my outside on cold tires, and it didn't work for them, and I managed to get the gear, and I managed to pull a gap and just bring it home. It's a newly built car. We built it in 3 days. We got it back from the panel shop on the Friday as a brand new shell, and we built the whole car, and it's quite nice to see that it actually finished. So yeah, all in all, a good race. We're actually selling the car. We're not going to do the whole season, so yeah, but we're here to have fun.
Davy, congratulations overall for the day.
Yeah, thank you, man. It was from qualifying. We had a bit of slip in the qualifying, but luckily we could have done it in the first race. We had a lucky start and went to second, finished in second for the first race, and the second race went well. We started in third and ended up in second. But I want to thank Universal for the hard work and stuff. The car was just on the dot again, and yeah, thanks to all the sponsors and all the people and all the crew. I'm grateful to be with them, and it's really fun driving. Yeah.
Class B went comfortable for Leighton Fourie for the double. Sharice van der Merwe and a great third position from Karshan Naidu, the youngster.
Oh, Leighton, great victory today. Tell me about it.
No, it was great. I mean, a full sweep throughout the whole weekend. I didn't really expect it coming here. I mean, I know the track and all, but yeah, it was a good, relaxing weekend for me. I still had to push hard though, to that car to the limits, which was quite fun.
Class B is very competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is very competitive. I think I just knew the track a bit better than everyone because they usually do the track reversed. So I think I just knew the track a bit better than the other people or the other second and third guys. So yeah, I think from my experience from the track, I think that's what just gave us the advantage.
Class C eventually went to Reino van Heerden from Adrian de Beer and Pierluigi Mussolini. That's your top 3, everybody.
Adrian, congratulations. Great Class C victory. How are you doing?
Good. Happy to get a win under the belt so early in the year. I think the car performed very well. We didn't do much during the off season, but it seems to have still pace. So had a huge fight with Reino van Heerden. He had a bit of an off there and gave me a bit of a gap. But he clawed back that little gap, and we fight until the end, and happy to get the win.
Great stuff, well done. What was the track like today, the conditions on the track?
Brilliant. They've done a lot of work on the track, you could see it. So hats off to Redstar. The track is in absolutely immaculate condition.
This Pozidrive VW Challenge race, everybody, was brought to you by Blue Belt Pozidrive, Dunlop Tires, and thank you to all its associate sponsors. Please join us for our next event, 15th of May at Redstar Raceway.